Hey, welcome to my channel and to weigh in. Now, this week, I own it. I take full responsibility, and I will tell you why in just a minute. But let's go on and get to those numbers. I weighed in at 325.6 for a gain of 5.8, which puts me at 51.5. Now, I ate, let's see, excuse me, I still got a little bit of this mess going on. That's part of it. I guess I could have controlled it better, but we'll talk about that in a minute. And if I'm red in the face, this is how I used to stay all the time. When I was in high school, I kept red cheeks. I had people ask me, why do you put your blush on up there? I'm like, I'm not wearing blush. Don't wear the makeup. It's me. But I exercised before I come on here, and we'll talk about that as well. But for the eating part, listen, she believed she could, so she did. I got to believe that. I believe I can. I've just got the she did. I got to get that part. So, y'all know we had the snow. The snowstorm was coming. Going to be a big old ice storm. Well, luckily we got snow. It blanketed everything. I think they said here in town we got 4 inches. That's what their Facebook said. 4 inches. And it was very, very beautiful. Now, the trees didn't get covered in ice, so there wasn't like a winter wonderland effect. The trees were still all brown, but that's a good thing because they were afraid that there would be a lot of power outages because the ice was going to build up on the trees, the tree limbs fall on the power lines. There was a gusty wind, and I think upstate New York, oh my gosh, upstate South, where did that come from? Upstate South Carolina had it worse because I think theirs was like all ice and they didn't have like the snow respite. It snowed and then it sleeted, and I think it did some freezing rain, but it did not build up. Well, anyway, in preparation for that storm, I bought storm food. Yes, I did. It was like I was preparing for Christmas. It was exciting coming on. The kids were home. We were going to have goodies. They were going to get up and have Santa Claus. That's how it felt. Whenever I saw the snow, it felt like Christmas morning. And in preparation for Christmas morning, I bought Christmas food. Does that make sense? We never get snow days. 2018... to the day, because it was on my Facebook memories, is when we had our last significant snow. So I've been waiting and waiting and waiting for that snow. And I knew David wouldn't be working, and it was the weekend, so he was already home because it was going to hit Saturday night into Sunday. Well, I bought things that I should not have bought. I didn't buy Little Debbie's. I resisted the urge. I'm going to tell you what. I went so far on the Food Line app on Instacart to search for Little Debbie Banana Twins. I don't even know if they still make them. Do y'all remember banana flips? Do y'all remember those? They were shaped like half moons. It was a banana sponge cake with white creamy filling inside. Oh, I loved those as a kid. I believe I would pay $100 to have one. I believe I would. Well, Banana Twins from Little Debbie's is as close as you're going to get. And I've not had one of those in many years. They still cross my mind. I don't even know if they still make them. But they didn't have them at Food Line. Thank goodness, because I was going to buy them. I'm not even going to tell you what I didn't buy. I sound like I bought tons. I didn't buy tons. I just bought like some, hold on. Okay, the news is on over here, and I never watch the news, but I'm watching the weather. And I saw the little forecast things come up. It's supposed to rain today, and then it said 30% chance of like, it had snow and mixed little things coming down tomorrow. I'm not shopping for another snow day. Not doing it. I'm staying on plan. So anyway, I bought the things that if the power went out, we could cook easily on my little Coleman stove. If we had to plug it in the microwave, we could microwave it. I didn't buy a lot, like 2 cans of spaghetti meatballs for me. And I'm here to tell you, those things cannot be in my... Listen, what's that Robin Leach show? Did we talk about that the other day? Champagne Wishes and Caviar Dreams. I think we talked about that. Nobody told me the name of that show, and I didn't look it up. I can see it. I can see it in my mind. Listen, we don't drink, but we're like beer and beer nut people. You know what I'm saying? Spaghetti and meatballs in the can, Chef Boyardee. That's a childhood favorite. That's a comfort food. So when it come to let's get something we could heat up, I went straight for the spaghetti and meatballs. And David was like, get me some beanie weenies, because that's his thing. He used to eat beanie weenie. He would eat beanie weenies, peanut butter sandwich, no jelly, just dry peanut butter, sour cream and onion tater chips, and hunk cheese. That would be his go-to meal. If he was working outside in the garage, on a car, working in the yard, he'd come in, give him something to eat. That's what he'd make. He'd make it in the afternoons, between coming home from work and going to bed. Whenever he would make himself a little sandwich, that was his little go-to. So he was like, well, get him some beanie weenies. I ate my spaghetti meatballs because they're not going to be in my house and me not eat them. So the power didn't go out. We didn't lose power. I could have stuck them back and saved them for the next time we needed them, but no. They're like Little Debbie's. If they're in my house, I'm going to eat them. I shouldn't have bought them, but I did. I did. Beat me. It's water under the bridge. I bought 4 pack of cinnamon rolls, so we'd have breakfast for 2 mornings. Yeah, we did. We had them because we're going to eat 2 apiece. I mean, come on. Like me and my best friend, he said, do you want another donut? I said, do you think I got a body like this on 1 donut? To the day he died. He would say, do you think I got a body like this on 1, whatever it was we were going to eat? Listen, that used to be my mentality. We should talk about that. We should talk about that. Hold on, I'm gonna make myself a note. We're gonna do a video. We're gonna talk about that. Okay. If I didn't write it down, I would forget. So we ate snow day food. Before the snow hit Saturday, we went to Sonic. And when we were at Sonic, we get ice cream. So I had a Sonic Blast. Did I need it? No. Was I excited about Christmas coming? Yes. I cannot. I'm just telling you, y'all think it sounds as dumb as dirt, but it is the truth. I was just giddy with excitement of this snowstorm coming, and all I could think about was celebration time. I'm not kidding you. It was like a celebration time. I literally told David that morning, whenever it was snowing, that Sunday morning, I said, I feel like, he was laying on the couch and I walked around the corner from the kitchen. I said, I feel like it's Christmas. The kids are home. They're fixing to run up through the house at any given time to look and see what Santa Claus brought. And then I'm going to cook us some breakfast and we're going to have a good old day. That's what it felt like. And y'all that get snow all the time, I know y'all like, oh, I'm sick of it. But when you 4 years? And I've always liked snow since I was a kid. And then that's just how it was. So the eating part, I ate too much. I admit it. I own it. I gained weight. Here's the other part. And if you've watched my past few videos, you already know. But in case you only come here for the weigh-in, I'm going to tell you. I lost my taste and my smell from this head cold. Now, I tested negative for COVID. So I didn't go back and get tested because the severe stopping up, You can still hear I'm still congested in my nose, not in my head, not in my chest, just right back here in my nose is where I'm staying congested. So I don't have any smell and I don't have any taste. I said I can get the faint scent of coffee when I put a K-cup in. I can get the faint scent of coffee, but I can't just go up and smell something. Excuse me. And I can't taste anything. I can taste salt and I can taste heat. We had chicken. I'm sick of salt. I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm sick of salt. I had chicken noodles for supper last night, and I thought, well, instead of salt, maybe I'll put some Texas Pete on there. Maybe that'll give me a little something. Well, I tasted the heat from the sausage we had for breakfast, whatever morning that was. I made us a sausage biscuit. One, I did good. They didn't have Maness sausage. Listen, let me tell y'all, the girl that did my Instacart for Food Line, she kept sending me pictures of things I wanted. She sent me pictures of the shelf. The shelves were completely bare. Not a stitch of food. There was not a stitch of lettuce on that produce shelf. Completely empty. There was not a piece of chicken. Not so much as a little bitty chicken leg up there all by itself. She said she even asked the meat man, do you have any chicken in the back? He said they'd been out for 2 days. There was no sausage, no nieces. She said, is there anything in this picture you see? I saw a little corner out there of a different brand. I'm like, well, we'll try it because I wanted sausage for breakfast. So I had biscuits in the freezer from something I made. I had to buy biscuits for something, and then so I had them left in the freezer. So I just made us one apiece. I didn't make two. I didn't make a pan full. I made 2 little biscuits on my little bitty pan. I thought I did good because we could eat that big. We could easily eat 2 of those. Are you kidding me? Oh, please. I used to eat 2 Bojangle biscuits. Those things are that big. I didn't think nothing of it. That was back in the day before I ever went on any kind of diet or lifestyle change, whatever you feel like calling it. I ate like, whew. Anyway, where was we? We got off the topic. I said, well, I'm going to put some Texas Pete on my noodles. Maybe that'll give me some little something because I could taste that heat of that sausage, where I got to. Couldn't taste the sausage, but I could taste the spice, the heat spice. So I said, well, I'll put some Texas Pete on there. So I just put me a little bit on the corner. I didn't check it all over the whole thing because I wasn't sure. Put me just a little bit on the corner. Lit me up. I can taste heat and I can taste salt. But that's it. And I'm here to tell you, I'm sick of salt. Never thought I'd hear myself say that. And I don't need that much extra salt in my diet. But it's my mama, she hadn't tasted her food in way over 20 years. Way over 20 years. She got sick, she lost it, and she never got it back. And to this day, I was talking to her the other day, I said, this whole not tasting your food, I don't know how you do it. She goes, I don't enjoy eating. I'm like, I know what you mean. There's no enjoyment to the food. And here's where the problem is. You're eating something, there's no enjoyment to it because half the enjoyment of eating is taste. And I'm here to tell you, I have thrown some food away because the texture without the taste was not good. I can't even remember what it was, but I've raked stuff in the garbage. Like I just told David, I said, I'm not wasting stomach space or calories if I can't taste it and the texture without the taste going along with it is not good. So here's where I've been in between is I'm either not hungry because there is no enjoyment to it. There's no, oh, that'll taste so good. Or I'm looking for the next thing to try to get a fix to think, well, maybe that's the next thing I'm going to taste. Or maybe that's the next thing that's going to feel good in my mouth. So like supper last night was delicious without being delicious, if that makes a lick of sense. The noodles, I love that texture. The lima beans, not a taste. I might as well just been eating mushy air. But the lima beans are creamy. If you never had lima beans are creamy. And the creaminess of those beans was just, oh my gosh. And then corn on the cob, it was whatever. I couldn't taste it, so it was just just chewing to be chewing. But the noodles and the lima beans, they felt good. So I have eaten I have like gone without eating because I'm like, ugh, why bother? But then I have eaten, and I lost it last Thursday. So we're talking, it's a week now. It's been gone a week. So that's a week of, well, let me eat something else. Maybe that'll be the one. Let me eat something else. I'm not satisfied. And my stomach necessarily wasn't hungry, but my mouth and my mind was hungry. My mind was hungry. My sensations were hungry. My senses, I guess you would say, they were hungry, and I can't get it satisfied. So that's either going to make or break me in this whole trying to lose weight until it comes back. I'm going to try not to let it break me, but I'm warning you up front. I know I'm talking to somebody out there that don't have no taste or smell. And if you don't, you tell me how you combat it. You tell me what you do to not eat everything in the house to try to get a fulfillment somewhere. So that is why I gained weight, because I bought food I shouldn't have bought, and because I've eaten food that, where's something on my cup? I've eaten food that I shouldn't have eaten because I didn't need it. Is my sticker still? I think that's a sticker on there, and I thought it was painted onto. Lord have mercy, I thought that was painted on the cup. Listen, that's what pitiful eyesight will do for you. My eyes are getting bad. The doctor gets on to me. You been to the eye doctor yet? No, I promised you I'd go. Well, have you been? I said, well, I'm waiting kind of to get some money to buy new glasses. Well, how do you know you need new glasses? I'm like, because I can't see. She goes, well, how do you know something else is not wrong with your eyes? Well, I don't know. Well, you said you were going to the eye doctor. I said, I promised, but I didn't give you no time frame. I need to go, though, because I got to get a diabetic eye exam. I understand that. I've got to really go. I really do. So the other thing about food is, this is one thing that's going to help me, or something's going to happen. We made a commitment to not eat out for 1 month. Listen, I'm going to put it on my calendar so I know that day I can go out there. So I know I can go out and eat that night. It's going to be hard. Oh my gosh. I'm used to eating out once a week. And like I said, sometimes twice a week. Twice the weekend. Like I said, just be sitting over here something. You want to go get a hamburger? Okay, let's go get a hamburger. You want to go get a little something? Okay, well, let's ride up here and get a little something. We like to ride up the Whataburger every now and then, because you can sit up under the drive-in and just sit there and eat and listen to other cars thump their music. When we was up there the other week, I kid you not, there was this big truck. And I mean, it was a big truck. Well, not no little pickup truck. It was a big truck. And we kept feeling rattling. I'm like, honey, what? The car's not on. He said, are you sure? I'm like, I'm sure the car's not on. And I showed him the car's not on. I said, it's rattling. And for the longest time we sat there, he goes, I feel it too. Until we realized in our back this way, not right behind us, but that one back there, he had his truck running. It wasn't his music thumping. It was his truck. His truck was rattling I bet every car in there was rattling. And when he finally decided to go, as he backed out, it got less and less until he got out from under the drive-in. You pull up both sides and you order through the little box, and it's a metal roof. And when he got out, it stopped. So yeah, that's so anyway, we're like, okay, it'll save us money and hopefully it'll help me lose weight. Now, I do have weeks where we eat out, because we eat out every weekend. Every now and then I'll get a wild hair and I'll cook something at home. But for the most part, I want my day off. And I'll still lose weight that week. Some weeks I do not. It hinders me. Depends on what we eat out. We don't always eat out something that we should. We always eat out. Sometimes we eat out something that we want, that we hadn't had a long time, that we're craving, and we just go ahead and we just do it. So I'm hoping, besides helping the pocketbook, it's going to help the waistline, the waistline. But it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to cook every single day for 30 days because I don't feel like cooking 6 days. I don't feel like cooking 3 days. When you don't feel good and when you just don't feel good, you just don't feel like cooking. But I know I have to, so I just push through and I do it. I don't have a choice. I couldn't live with myself unless I get down to where I absolutely cannot drag myself to the kitchen and cook something for that man. I cannot let him get up and go to work hungry and be hungry all night. And if he didn't eat supper at home, then he would have, I think he can get to a McDonald's on his run. Because, you can't take a big truck just anywhere. And I think there's a McDonald's he can get to. And I don't know what else he might be able to get to. There might be some truck stops, But then he would have to eat that every night. And I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't let that man work 60 plus hours a week and not feed him. So that's why I cook. If I didn't cook, it would be fried bologna sandwiches, like I said, what you eat in the snowstorm. I didn't get no bologna because then I would eat it all. David don't eat bologna, and I didn't need to have a whole pack of that in the house because I would eat it, and bologna's not necessarily good for you. And canned skinny meatballs. I would eat canned skinny meatballs and Little Debbie cakes all the time. I would. That man's saving me from being bigger than I am, I think, because I have to cook for him. And he likes to eat healthy. He likes it. I don't understand. I don't understand him. Well, I won't say he likes it. He likes good food. He does like good food. But he's got a willpower to eat healthy that I don't have. He has a drive, and I'll say to him now, most of the times, if I say, let's get so-and-so, here goes, this is his exact words, if that's what you want, if that's what you want, honey. That's his exact words. Because within reason, the man will do anything to make me happy. And I'm very lucky in that respect. If that's what you want. Sometimes he'll say like, no, I don't need that. He won't say, you don't need it. Which, that's understood. Because I don't ask for, hey, honey, let's go out and get some carrots. You want to? No, I don't even do that in my meal plan. We're not getting no carrots. I'm in no meal plan. So, I want to go out and get a hamburger. I want to go out and get a milkshake. I want to order pizza. And so, I want donuts. Oh my gosh. I got to unsubscribe from Krispy Kreme because they send me the emails of all their sales they're having, all their specials. Buy one, get one free. Buy any dozen, get a dozen free. Here's our, and I'm a sucker for their pretty holiday donuts. Their box of decorated donuts. I'm a sucker for those things. I don't get them every holiday, but I wish I could. And I'll say something, I'm like, well, we ain't even got no donuts. He goes, I don't need no donuts. No, I don't need that sugar. I don't need that sugar. I'm like, you ain't no fun. So he is the voice of reason where I am not. I am the voice of, let's just do this. I'm good sometimes and I'm bad sometimes. It just depends on how I feel. Now here's the other thing we're going to talk about is exercise. It's so funny because, what's this? This is Thursday. Yesterday, because Joan does her weigh-in and meeting topic on Wednesday. Well, I hadn't exercised in months. I mean months. And Tuesday, I decided to pull over here because my TV sits right here. And here's my chair. Here's my walker. I decided to pull up my playlist, my exercise playlist of the chair exercises. And so I sat there and I did some of those. And I told her, I said, I exercised today. She goes, awesome. Who knew the next day was going to be meeting topic on exercising? Well, she mentioned, do Richard Simmons, do the Sweat to the Oldies, do the disco one. And I'm like, okay, it's a sign. Because on my exercise list, I have the chair exercises, and then the last one on there, I have Richard Simmons. I have the DVD, which I don't have my DVD player hooked in or nothing. But I found it's a terrible looking copy, but it's enough to see and to get the music, and I got it memorized anyway. I could probably do it without looking at it, listening to the song. Listen, if I heard the song in the car, I do, because I got a lot of those songs on my 70s playlist. Anyway, I almost skipped through the chair and went straight to disco sweat. And I'm like, no, you hadn't moved in months on end. Do one sitting down. So I did the one sitting down. Then when she said, do the disco one, I'm like, must be a sign. Do the disco one. So yesterday, I pulled up my Richard Simmons disco sweat. I lasted 15 minutes. Now, that's not 15 hard minutes. That's 15 10-man minutes. That's like the 10-man. I can't move my knees this way or this way. I can kind of move sideways really slowly. But I figure if I could get any kind of movement in my legs doing the chair ones, I really like disco sweat because I love the music. And like I said, I got it memorized. I did it back in the day when I tried to do some exercise, and I wish I'd have kept with it, but I did. Because I love me some disco music. And some of it, I don't know if you consider it disco, but it's just good music. I can do my arm part, which I'm hoping to get. I'm not going to show you because my back flaps. I'd like to get rid of some of my back flaps. They're going to hang down even if I lose the fat. The skin is going to hang down, but I'd like to lose some of this fat all up in here. You know what I'm saying? I talk about pythons. I believe I could strangle somebody with it. I believe I can crack nuts. Oh my gosh. That's terrible. So I did that. I got my walker in front of me, so if there's like arm and legs, I can't do both because I can't maneuver my legs at all. But if I hold on to the walker, I can do a little bit of like up and back and side. And it's slower than him. I can't keep up, like back in the day. But I can maybe do a side motion and a side motion and in a front and this and that. But I'm here to tell you, exercising sucks. I don't care how much you like the exercise you do. For me, it sucks taking the time to do it. It is a chore. It is not a joy. When I could do it, it was a joy. To me now, it is a chore because it hurts. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm hurting right now. My knees are hurting me so bad, it's not funny from standing over there and doing that. And I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it every day. Just because the way they feel right now, I think that's too much. Maybe I could do the chair in between and then disco sweat and maybe take a day off or however I need to work it. But I want to see if I can't maybe loosen up the muscles around my knees, the muscles up here in my thighs, the front part of my thighs and the hamstrings, down in my calves and my shins, because the shin bones are the ones that are coming up and doing all that twisting. They're the ones that are hurting. My knees hurt, but my shin bones, especially this left one over here, the shin bones are, oh my gosh, They're terrible, and they're the ones that prevent me from getting up and down. So I'm just going to tell you, if you have the ability to exercise, don't squander it. I squandered it back in the day. Don't do it. Get up and exercise. If you can move, get up and use that ability, because one day it can be snatched out from under you like a rug. You don't even realize it, and then it's gone. You hear me? So I don't like exercise. Well, good. I don't either, but I'm going to do it. I'm just telling you, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it as long as I can take it. As long as my knees can take it, I'm going to do it. I'm committing that to myself. She believed she could, so she did. I'm going to believe that I can keep up. How many days is it before some kind of action becomes a habit? Is it 7 days? I don't know. How many other days? I'm going to try to stick it through at least that many days. I'm going to look it up until I can make this exercise a habit. But if you don't have problems, if you are physically able and capable, then move your body. I don't care what you do. Listen, you can find stuff on YouTube. If you can't get outside because of the weather, you can find stuff on YouTube to do, whether you like it or not. Listen, life is full of you know what that we have to do that we don't like, and we still have to do it. And that's part of what I got to learn. I got to learn about eating. Life is full of don't eat that because you don't need that, whether you like it or not. It's full of that. It's full of stop doing whatever you want to do just because you can. No, that's not reality. Reality is we have to do what we have to do because we have to do it. How about that? So there you go. Well, I believe that's a good place. I believe that's a good place to end off. I don't think there's nothing else. Going to get my Walmart's order today. That's why you only seen Harris Teeter yesterday, because Walmart's was only opening back up today. So I go to get that in a little bit. And they call them for, like I said, they call them for another. Well, it said 30% chance, but the weatherman that Becky sent me, he predicted this second weather storm. So last week, this is probably how it's going to work. Last week, they predicted it's going to be this major thing, and it wasn't. This week, they're saying, maybe a chance. It's probably going to sock us in. But you know what? I'm not buying Christmas snow treats. I'm not pretending this is Christmas. I've had that excitement. I'm over it. I'm not ready for spring. I still like my winter time. And I would not mind seeing another snow because it's just so beautiful. But I've got that initial excitement out of my system. And this is just a regular excitement. So that's all for me. Let's recap. 325.6, a gain of 5.8, and puts me at 51.5. So there you have it. That is how it is for this week. I plan on clocking a loss next week, just from hopefully not eating because it don't taste good, and then not eating out. So wish me luck. Wish me luck on both of those. That's what I was going to tell you. The not eating out part, if I do, I told David last night while we were sitting there eating supper, I said, if I do get my taste back before this month is up, I'm going to have to go out and eat because I'm going to want something good. He goes, I know. I'm like, if I do, I'll just have to tell y'all, hey, I broke my commitment, because I know myself well enough to know if this taste comes back, I'm going to want something. Fast food, I can tell you that right now. We're fast food junkies. That's all we have around here. We ain't got nothing good. we ain't got nothing good around here. Listen, we used to eat fast food so much. I mean, fast food junkies. So we still like fast food, right? Why should I act like, oh, fast food, I don't like fast food, when I do? Ain't no sense to make no story up about it. So if I get my taste back, I might be eating out at least one meal. We'll see if we cross that bridge. I would honestly, I would rather break my commitment and eat out than to keep this gone forever. You see what I'm saying? If it don't come back, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cry till I can't cry no more cause it's miserable. So, well, that's all I know for real. That's all I know. So, have a good coming up. I got that little note I made down there. I think we got a video coming up. We'll see if it comes up tomorrow or not. If it don't, I guess I'll see it on meal prep. Oh, I was looking at that this morning. I was over there and I'm like, oh, I really stepped into it. I've got too much to do on my meal prep. I'm going to be give out. Whew, I really stepped into it. But what am I going to do? I guess I'll just do it until I get it done. That's what we talked about. Things you have to do, whether you like them or not. There's just things you have to do. So, all right. Well, go do the things today. Do all the things. Go move. Don't make no excuse that you can't move because you don't like it. Well, I don't like it either. And it hurts. And it don't feel good. But I know it's good for me. So let's quit with our excuses for everything. I got to quit for my excuses for eating. I gotta quit. Ain't no sense to make excuses. Let's just do it. Listen, whoopah. Who knows what that's from? I ain't gonna tell you. You tell me. Okay. Love you. See you in my next video.